Hello, welcome back to Mrs. Hewitt's Spelling at Home with our Key Stage 2 word study session. Now today we are looking at a root morpheme which can function as the main root, or it can also be a prefix and added to some other root words. So the word that we're looking at today, the morpheme, is this, inter, and that is from the Latin inter, which means among or between. Okay, so we're looking at things being inside or breaking in between things, and there are lots of words that actually include that, and I haven't been able to fit them all onto my morpheme grid today. I've just chosen some that I think are words that maybe you would be using in your writing or in, that you would come across in your reading, and it might be helpful to make a note of some of those things. So I'm going to hold up the morpheme grid, and you can see there are lots of pathways that you can go down today. So I will pop this up to the screen. You can pause the video and then have a go at writing out your word sums, okay? Okay, so the first thing I just want to draw your attention to is this one here, interrupt. Okay, you can see that that has got a double R there because we've got the two separate morphemes. We've got inter, meaning among or between, and then we've got rupt, meaning break. So that is why interrupt has the double consonant in the middle when you write it. And that's something that you might forget when you're writing the word interrupt. You might just put one R in the middle. But if you think about it as those two morphemes, inter and rupt, then you'll know that you've got those two R's. So let's have a look at the word sums that I have made, and let's talk about some of the issues that come up with that and the meanings behind them. So we've got interview, because that is between two people having a conversation. View meaning to see or to meet. So we've got interview there. We've got internal and internally. So I've added on the ly for the adverb there. But internal meaning within, so between two things. The opposite of internal is external. Okay, so we've got the in meaning in the middle, ex meaning outside. So you talk about your internal organs being inside you. Got interrupted, so that's the one I just talked to you about. So we've got that double R there, and rupt meaning break. There'll be another session actually where we look at words that involve rupt, because that is a root morpheme in itself there. So interrupt, because that's a break in between. Somebody could be having a conversation and you interrupt them, you break into their conversation. So that's where that comes from. Then we've got the opposite there of uninterrupted. Un meaning not. So I could talk to you uninterrupted. Nobody is interrupting me. We've got disinterest. So we talk about interest, okay, being interested in something, being into it, you know, taking an interest in it. Disinterest means you're not interested. Some people do say uninterested. That does work as well. But if the actual proper word is disinterested, uninterested sort of come into use because more and more people have used it. So you could really use both those prefixes for that, either of them. They both mean not. Okay, and then we've got interest here. Internet. So we've got internet, so that net meaning like a web. So obviously like the World Wide Web is the internet. So that goes between everything, doesn't it? All around the world, the internet. So connections between things. And then here I've got interruptions, and I've chosen to put this in because it's my old favourite, the ION ending with the shun. This is why it's a T for shun and not an S. It's because the root word is rupt, which has a T in it. So interruptions, okay, it's got the T for the shun, not the S. So if you'll remember, it's the ION, which is the suffix, not the TION or the SION. That's the S or the T are attached to the word, the morpheme before. So if you're not sure which to use on a shun, think about what's the morpheme that comes before that. In this case, it is rupt, therefore it's a TION at the end. Interruptions, double R, because we've got interruptions. Okay, interruptions. So there are key spelling rules that you can take from that. Just checking back on the word grid, I don't think there's anything else I haven't talked about. You could have had interviewers, so you've got that ERS as somebody who interviews, the ER meaning somebody who does it. But we've got similar suffixes here all the way down. It's just the bit that you add to precedingly that changes the words there. Okay, so lots of words there with inter. It's good to remember, even at school you might have an inter-house competition, and that is a competition that is between two houses or three houses or four houses, however many you got, but it's between the houses. So that inter meaning between. Okay, thank you for watching, and I will see you back again tomorrow. Bye.